Hi everyone, welcome. I am here in General Santos City. I am with co-vlogger Arni.
Hi everyone, I'm Glahm Arni. Please visit my channel, Glahm Arni. Please do subscribe and welcome to Jensan City.
So Arni's going to be helping me tour around General Santos City. Please check out her channel and I will link it down below. Go ahead and check her channel out as well. And let's go check out General Santos City. Okay, so we're going to break down General Santos into 5 categories. Number 1 being safety, number 2, cost of living, number 3, things to do, number 4, infrastructure, and number 5, friendliness. So let's go ahead and begin with infrastructure. So infrastructure, the one thing that really stood out to me is that there are 5 malls and they are all located near each other, which means you can walk from mall to mall, so it's fantastic. So that really stood out to me. I like that a lot, that I could just walk from one mall to the next mall and it's safe, no problems whatsoever, just walking around. And infrastructure. Currently, there are no condos in in General Santos, but there is one being built by Camellia. I'll see if I can find any information on that. But so from what I gather, and I spoke to one expat who lived there, is most expats will live in like a gated type communities that are just outside of the city. So that's good in the fact that it would be less expensive for cost of living, but bad that you don't really have like a place with a gym and a pool and gated and security. So for some that's good, for some it's bad. For me personally, I like to live in a condo. I like that extra security. I like having everything taken care of for me, and I like that extra security. But like I said, there's one being built in General Santos, and so in the very near future, it's going to be a fantastic option. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on to the next one. So number 2 being friendliness. Now this is where General Santos really shined, in my personal opinion. They call it Gen Fun, which is kind of true because the people were fantastic. I went to the park on a couple different occasions and just interacted with people, and just a lot of fun. Everybody was very friendly, big smiles and people waving. So I enjoyed that a lot, and at the mall when I interacted with anybody at a store or whatever, just fantastic. And so as far as friendliness, one of the best cities I've been to for friendliness. It was great. And then we also went to the it's not a beach per se, it's the ocean front there where you can hang out, and but just friendly people. Went to the market and people were waving, and of course they know I'm vlogging, they can see me videotaping, so I think that has something to do with it. But yeah, overall this is, in my opinion, where General Santos really shined, and like I said, they call it Gen Fun, and it certainly is true. So A+ for friendliness for General Santos. Okay, so number 3, cost of living. So cost of living in General Santos is going to be lower than other cities, mainly because of rent. Because the cost of living really is going to be about the same in most Filipino cities, unless you're in an expensive area like Makati or places like that. But the cost of living, I mean, they have great markets. I went to a seafood market, which was really cool. Went to a place that sold fresh fruits and vegetables, and that was great. So you can get some really good deals there. And of course, at the malls, they have the G Mall, the Gaisano Mall, which will be the least expensive of the malls, where people would go to shop for clothes and for food. And right now they don't have as I mentioned before, they don't have a condo. It's still being built. And they have the gated communities for residences and apartments. So it's going to be much less expensive than in other cities where you're, maybe paying rent for a condo. Okay, so I would imagine cost of living is going to be less expensive here, probably by quite a bit. Now, if you choose not to live in a condo, I guess you could live cheaply really in about any city. But yeah, cost of living, I don't see it being really expensive. I don't see it being really cheap. I think it's kind of right on par with other Filipino cities. Certainly you can live very inexpensively in General Santos. I don't think it's a real expensive city. There's just not a lot of things to waste your money on, really, to be honest. So that's about all I'll say on cost of living. Number 4, things to do. Now, in General Santos, again, I'll mention there's the markets and the seafood markets, which is great. You can go there, you pick out what kind of food you want, what kind of fresh seafood, tuna belly or calamari. I'll pop up a quick video of me and Glahm Arni eating out. Okay, so my last night here, and so appropriately we went and got some tuna belly and then some fresh calamari or squid, and we have it make it into calamari. And of course, no meal is complete without rice in the Philippines. So we're gonna enjoy I'm gonna enjoy my last meal. She lives here, so all right, see you guys. Okay, so in that video, you noticed that, we chose what we want, ate out, and that was a lot of fun, and that was entertainment. And then you got the 5 malls, like I said. You've got the movie theater. You've got plenty of restaurant choices, plenty of shopping places. There are some parks that you can go to. There are beaches about 45 minutes away. There's also waterfalls and places like that. I think those are a couple hours away. But there are plenty of things to do. But General Santos, in my opinion, is probably a little bit of a quieter place with not as many activities as, let's say, Davao or Cebu or Makati or places like that. You really have to kind of go out of General Santos to really start hitting up some tourist attractions. Okay, so lastly is going to be safety. Now, at no point in time did I ever feel like safety was an issue in General Santos at all. I felt comfortable walking around even at nighttime. Now, I was with Glahm Arni, co-vlogger, and so we did tour around together, and because of that, maybe it was a little safer. She knew where to go. There might have been a few places, maybe like at the market, I might have felt a little uncomfortable if I had went by myself. Although I think you're still probably generally pretty safe in pretty much most places. Just like in any city, just maybe at nighttime, don't walk around with a lot of money, your camera hanging around your neck and things like that. So just be aware of where you're at all times. I don't think it's any different than any other Filipino city. I felt that it was quite safe, for sure. With all 5 of those categories, with rating General Santos on a scale of 1 to 5, I give General Santos a 4. And here is the only reason I didn't give General Santos a 5, and here it is. One is there are no condos currently. Now, for me personally, having a condo to live in is a big thing. And for many foreigners, we like that added security. We like having a pool and a gym and all that kind of all those kind of things that go with it. Now, many foreigners will disagree on this part. They want to live in a house, and in that case, you would give General Santos a much higher rating. But like I said, General Santos is making a condo currently, Camellia, and when that happens, that's going to bump it up to a 4.5 for me. General Santos is high on the list of one of my favorite cities. Friendliness is great. All the malls being close together, fantastic. You got some parks. People are super friendly. I think I already said that. And one negative is it was just crazy with all the tricycles all over. And it's hard to get around with traffic within the city. Once you get out of the downtown bustling area, it's fine. But yeah, overall I give General Santos a 4. Only lacking because of the transportation, things to do. You have to kind of get out a little bit to find things to do. I mean, there's certainly some things to do, but for the most part, you kind of got to go out of General Santos to go sightsee and go to the beaches and places like that. They're not that nearby. And transportation is kind of a pain. And the fact that there's no condo currently. But in the very near future, I will certainly look at General Santos again, and I'm sure it's going to bump up to at least a 4.5 with that new condo being built. So thank you, General Santos, and I do want to do a shout out. Thank you so much, Glahm Arni, who toured me around General Santos for 3 days. I mean, thank you for your time in doing that. And I also want to do a shout out to a few other YouTube channels. Philippines on Demand. I've got a friend who runs that channel here in Davao. Jorlin B, Bellabot, Princess Jevi Life, Janster Journey, Boss Jerzon Vlog. I'm sorry if I said those names wrong. And Rodel Gentapa and the rest of the admins and models of Delizada Talent Management in General Santos. Thank you, everyone. And I'm going to list those channels down below in the description. Go ahead and subscribe, support them. Thank you. On behalf of myself, Gio in the Philippines, and Glahm Arni, we want to thank you for tuning in and watching this video on our review of General Santos. And Glahm Arni's channel will be linked down below. Go ahead and hit subscribe, and we will see you guys later. Bye.